2nd of February. Snap. Whew. Hope I didn't say that like in any other videos. 2nd of January. 2016. It is Tuesday. It is 2:21 p.m. Sorry, I may like look down on my arm a lot because I just gave blood. I just gave blood today. I'm gonna just admit something. I don't like class. I can be good at class. I can go into a class and get good grades, but I really don't like this way of learning. I said this like 5 times or whatever. Like, I don't like this collective learning thing. I really don't, because I learn differently from the person sitting beside me. Maybe someone's like, "No, you don't." Yeah, I probably do. Maybe someone's like, "Well, not by much." Yeah, I probably do. I Perfect example. I'm visual. Now you'll hear a lot of people say that. Maybe they'll blow up and say, "I'm visual too." Okay, calm down. What I'm saying is I'm visual and I learn in specific ways is better. Now, math kicks my ass. All right? With all this Common Core crap and how it's taught, and it's throwing me in for a whirl. So, math didn't used to be my worst subject, but it's a subject now that kicks my ass. It really is. Ugh. Going in there and trying to understand what they're saying, it seems, the teacher, it blows my mind. It's really hard sometimes. And when I can't stand, and this comes into this, this brings into play the whole class collective learning thing. So, you out there who's watching this, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm going to say, because you've been there. Probably once, even if it's just for a few seconds, but you've been there, and you've thought this too. I don't like it when I'm in class. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're talking about, or let's say I'm trying to follow along. I'm taking notes, trying to follow along with the teacher. I look down at my notebook. I look back up. They're on the next question. Or the teacher has erased, the board or scrolled up, because we have a smart board in our classroom. Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah. We have a smart board in our classroom, so the teacher scrolled up, so now I can't see, and now I have to, lamely, "Excuse me, can you," lamely raise my hand in the middle. Look, it's not lame. It wouldn't be so lame if the teacher, my teacher, I'm going to say my teacher specifically, himself didn't give me attitude about it, and the kids in there. Now, the kids, kids will be kids. They're going to sit there and stare and roll their eyes and sulk and, "Why are you taking so long?" Of course. That's typical. They're going to bitch. They are. And try to be cute and funny for all the other little friends. Quote, friends. It's high school, so remember, friends are not friends most of the time. Just cute little classmate friends that they want to show off and, whatever for. So I know that when moments like that happen in class where I'm lost or I'm starting to fall behind, automatically I try to catch back up. So that's why I try to raise my hand. But see, it's like the teacher wants to keep going on and on in his lesson. He doesn't want to stop. And I know this because he's trying to, he's on a time limit. We only have like 30, 40 minutes in that class. Yeah, we do. So he's trying to hurry up and compact as much as he can on us. And sometimes some of this math, it doesn't always make sense. As I've said already, I know this. I know. But here, I'm getting to the point. So I know this in the moment, sitting in class when I'm starting to fall behind, when the teacher has skipped over something that I didn't understand already. And he just keeps going and going and going. And I know, okay, I'm way lost. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm lost. I know we're going to have homework on this tonight. And instead of trying to bullshit and just write down random answers or whatever, what if teacher happens to collect it? Like, actually collect it and grade it? Or, we're going to have a test on this soon. And then what? Fail a test? Come on. Like, math kicks my ass, so my grades in there aren't the best already. I'm like right now, low C's and everything like that, high D's sometimes, maybe like a C plus, I guess, but it just kicks my ass. And then to have something that I don't understand already, that's a definite F. So I can't do that. But see, I know this. Okay, am I going to just sit here and try to wait for the teacher to finish his lesson? Like I said, he tries to talk and get everything in. Okay, so do I want to sit here and wait for him to finish? Well, I know I can't do that, because after he's done with that, he doesn't always stop and say, "Anyone have any questions?" No, he keeps on going. He goes on to the next thing. and then the next thing, and the next thing, and then class is over. You know what I'm saying? So, and if I don't understand one thing, how can I get a build up? How can I understand this and that if I didn't understand? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? How do you get from B and C without having A first? You can't build on to A. Well, you can't build on to B and C without having A. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Or 1, 2, 3, however you want to think of it. Out there, people out there, you know this. You know what I'm talking about. So, those moments where you're sitting in class trying to raise your hand and, the teacher eventually, my own teacher gets tired and he's like, yes, John? Really? Says stuff like that. He's like, okay, for the third time, here it is. He does the example or whatever again. But the words he's using to explain it just doesn't make much sense. And so I turn to the person beside me. I'm like, okay, hey, can you explain this? We sit like groups, like tables in collective groups. So four of us in a group, all of our desks smushed together. I'm like, hey, can you explain this? Person beside me, I don't get it, dude. I'm lost. I don't understand how to do this. I'm confused. So I asked another person across from me, hey, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to? No, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, really? Come on. So I'm basically stuck with it. And people out there, I know you understand because you've gone through this at some point, whether with you it's math too, or it's history, or whatever else. Chemistry. I remember chemistry used to, in the beginning it was easy, but later on it started to, break me in too. I'm just doing the best I can right now. But anyway, just had to vlog that real fast. This class, I don't like this collective learning. And since it is this collective group, it's a class, you feel like you're slowing down everyone else. Sometimes it's just self-guilt, but then other times you feel that way because, like I said, there are the people, kids. Once again, I know they're kids. I know they're trying to be cute and cool for their little friends. Again, friends. Again, listen, they're looking at you attitude, looking back at you with attitude, rolling their eyes, saying all those noises, just being dicks. I get it. And I've done that to other people too. Yeah, of course I have. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here and be like, oh, it only happens to me. No, I'm not gonna do that. Nah. Oh, but years, like other years, like previous years of school, yeah, I've done it before. Like, well, it was like middle school I used to do stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I focus on me. I focus on my own right now. But like I'm saying, I feel like there's this pressure to kind of conform, and even when I don't understand, just to be quiet about it. And then, of course, the teacher's like, well, you can raise your hand and ask questions, because I come to my teacher, I'm like, okay, I didn't understand this, can you go over it? He's like, I don't have time, you should have asked more questions in class. Okay, well, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I asked a few questions. Some of them, you didn't answer them a certain way. Well, you didn't. I didn't get it when you explained it. And two, I don't have enough time to ask my questions because, you see, everyone else is basically counting on me because everyone's turned to me. All the other people around me, kids or whatever, they're turned to me and they have looks on their faces and they're pressuring me and even the teacher himself, he's like, yes, John. He starts to get annoyed. And no, not every 5 minutes I raise my hand. Hello, teacher, no. But hello, yeah, like who raises hello? Can I? No, I've never heard anyone do that. You'd be surprised though. But it just, yeah, I raise my hand. I try to, I think if I raise my hand, hey, it actually shows that I give a damn. But yeah, it just, of course, I get it. He's on a time frame, and no, he doesn't always want to hear my questions. In fact, I know sometimes I raise my hand. He's like, okay, well, I'll explain it in a minute. He goes on to something else, and he never really explains. He never hits my question. He just keeps on going. Or he's like, oh, save questions till the end, all right? Just wait till I'm done, right? Because we're on a timeline, okay? I don't have time to keep answering individual questions. He's like, I'll come around to you, in a little while. And then, of course, other people are raising their hands too. So then class ends and he never gets to me. Anyway, I get it. My education, I'm the one who has to struggle and, fight to get it and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Math has lately become one of my subjects that just, I just can't grip my fists. I can't, grip my fist hard enough for. I can't do it. It's becoming a stretch, but, anyway, yeah, that's it. Now, people out there, I know you know where I'm coming from. Sometimes, in class, you want to raise your hand, but you don't raise your hand because eventually, after so many times raising your hand, or, so many times is really in the classroom considered about 2 or 3 times. Because about after 2 times, people start looking back at you and, sighing and everything. Again, as if you've been raising your hand the whole time, like every 20 seconds. Um, it's hard. It's hard, man, to get in there. So you can't really raise your hand and ask questions, because then it's like you're slowing everyone else down. But it's like, okay, but see, I'm the one who's going to end up failing the test. So, if I don't do this, if I don't, it's like a weird double standard, like pressure. If I don't do this, then I'm going to fail. But no. If I do, but if I do this, if I don't do this, I'm gonna fail. But if I do this, I'm gonna annoy people. I'm gonna annoy the teacher. The teacher's gonna be making comments and sighing and having a tone in his voice, and also further embarrassing me in front of all these other people who are already bashing me already. Whispering things and saying things aloud like, "Oh, come on, it's not that hard." Everybody laughs. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about school. You know what I'm saying? So just had to vlog that. I know other people out there can relate. It's like a life thing. My mom's been through it, I know. I'm sure my mom's aunt, when they were in school, has been through this, So it's a life thing. It's a life thing. That's just how school is. But that's just another reason why I don't want to put my kid in public school with other people, because all they worry about are time limits, time frames within a certain class, and the teachers are trying to rush and meet certain quotas and lesson plans that they have to get, and try to scurry and make sure everyone has a decent understanding. But when there's only one teacher and there's so many kids, you know what I'm saying, and we all learn differently, we go at different pace. I would get it if it could just be slowed down, you know what I'm saying, but they can't do that because they have to, zoom through the lesson, or at least, give 1 or 2 examples of it on the board, and then hand out homework so we can be sent home to do the homework. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, there's that bullshit standardized testing that all the teachers are, because they're kind of forced to. School board, they're kind of forced to teach a certain way and go at a certain speed, just to hit certain test scores for the standardized tests. And again, I think it's a little biased, and it is kind of like blackmail. The fact that teachers, my mom told me this, because she is a teacher, used to teach a lot. Well, when you do good on your tests at the end of the year, or exams or finals, whatever. She was a professor, actually, for a while too. Well, then teachers get a big fat check. They get a little bonus actually for how well they do. So I know that's like blackmail, you know what I'm saying? Because teachers, they don't make a lot already. And then it's like dangling a piece of meat in a dog's face, you know what I'm saying? What do you expect? They're going to try to do anything they can to get it. But even if it means, hacking off their own tail or whatever, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still talking about dogs, by the way, the whole dog meat reference. Anyway, that's about it, y'all. I'm gonna just let it drop right here. But anyway, if you made it this far, congratulations and thanks for watching.